From the Battery Street studios of KCBS Radio in San Francisco, I'm Matt Pitman, and this is Bay Current for Monday, October 18th. As another practice wraps up for the Cal Bears, every player is focused on another big Pac-12 conference road game. Most players are focused on what kind of impact they'll make on the field. And number 3, Elijah Hicks, is no different. He's already been a difference maker for the Golden Bears.
Two receivers out to the right. Shotgun formation. Quick pass. Intercepted. A gift interception. Down to the 20, the 15, the 10. Touchdown Bears. What a gift. Right into his hands for Elijah Hicks. 34-yard return.
The fifth-year senior and starting safety is second on the team in solo tackles, third in total tackles, and leads the Cal defense in forced fumbles. All very impressive. All very important to the Cal football team. But it's the impact Elijah Hicks is making off the field that is, in all honesty, pretty remarkable. The fifth-year senior founded and operates a nonprofit. It's called Intercept Poverty, providing grants no larger than $700 to low-income and financially challenged students at Berkeley and other universities who are struggling to make ends meet. For some, it's paying bills, getting caught up on a cell phone bill or utilities. For others, it's making rent. And for some, it's simply stocking the fridge so they can eat.
So if I'm not playing football, I'm pretty much working on this. The way my brain is wired, I'm always thinking about people who come from similar environments or maybe going through things I was going through, just because that's who I am. And coming from Long Beach, it was a tough upbringing, so I understand the struggle. And like even right now, myself, I'm on scholarship, but I don't have much either. So it's always going in my mind, like, how can I bring light to the issue of financial barriers in college and just poverty in general, and then not just bringing up the issue but creating solutions.
That's Elijah. Poverty on college campuses is overlooked. According to the U.S. Department of Education, students enrolled in school in the U.S. have a poverty rate of 20.1%. And among students enrolled in undergraduate school in the United States, the poverty rate rises to 23.4%.
We're working with Scholarship America so they can manage the grants. We'll be giving out $500 to $700 grants to students who are eligible and could qualify, whether they need extra groceries, whether their car broke down, they need to get something fixed, or they need their laptop went down. So I understand the struggle of not having. Including me, I have 12 siblings. Right. Some went to college and some had to drop out because they couldn't afford it. But I have a brother who graduated from UPenn, sister's going to Johns Hopkins. So I understand this college struggle, even though I got a scholarship, not all my family members did.
Bear in mind, this is a guy who is a fifth-year senior who has played in all 47 games possible and started in 38 of those games since he stepped onto the Berkeley campus in 2017. He's already graduated, and this year is a semifinalist for the prestigious Campbell Trophy, also known as the Academic Heisman.
His makeup, his heart, how he approaches life is just really special. He's extremely motivated and driven. There's a lot more to him than just being a great athlete, so he's really an impressive guy to coach and be around.
That's Justin Wilcox, Cal's head football coach. So, how does an elite-level, Division I Pac-12 football player do this? Start a nonprofit with such a targeted mission and a set of goals? A few minutes ago, you heard Elijah mention his large family. During high school, Elijah would live with several families, attending 3 different high schools outside of Long Beach, where his family lived, all to find the best fit for his football and academic talents, and increase his chances of landing a scholarship. And it's his lived experience that led to founding Intercept Poverty. Did this journey start for you based on your own personal journey and your family's experience, like you said, including yourself, 12 siblings?
Yeah.
My goodness. So where did this passion project start for you?
Yeah, so what's pretty cool, here at UC Berkeley, I'm an American Studies major, and that major is pretty unique because it allows you to take classes that you kind of are interested in. I'm sorry, you got that. But so it allows you to take classes you're interested in. And so I was pretty interested in like entrepreneur courses, startup courses, and I even took a nonprofit management course. And so I was talking to one of my professors about, you know, what I'm passionate about, and one of the projects is like create a project, like create something. And so I was like, you know what? I think this is what I'm going to do. I talked to my dad about it, and he was like, go for it. I mean, you know, and so the semester went. You know, a lot of people drop the projects that they do in a semester, but I've been keeping it going. And so I've still been in contact with the same Professor Eder. He's always around here helping whatever I need. He's a resource I have. So, yeah, that's how it came about, and I just never stopped working on it.
So did seeing your siblings and some of the struggles they were going through, and I'm sure you had, you know, friends, teammates that had the same struggles as well, did that sort of kind of crystallize and help you focus in on what you wanted to do?
Definitely. And then I realized, like, once you learn how to run an organization, and I'm not perfect right now, I'm like super busy, so you know, but once I became clear on what the mission was, and I realized how it already has affected my family, it was like a no-brainer. And it was like, it doesn't feel like extra work or homework, or like it doesn't feel like time-consuming, because I'm just like, this needs to be done, you know, and I just know that a lot of people could benefit from it.
How do you raise money?
How do I raise money? So the things I've been doing way back before was I got some of my teammates, Cam Bynum, Ashton Davis, Jalen Hawkins, who are now in the NFL. I told them to help me put together a video. Hey, say some things about intercept poverty. I hit up some people on at other Pac-12 schools. Javon Holland, who's now for the Miami Dolphins, Chase Claypool, who played for the Steelers. He was at Notre Dame. I was like, hey, I sent them some criteria, like, hey, make a quick video and send it to me. If you could do this, I'd love it. I'm trying to raise some money for this program. And they did it. I literally was on, I don't know if it was iMovies. I think it was iMovies. Or Adobe Pro. I was on there and trying to mess them up, edit the videos all by myself.
Had you done it before?
No, okay. I was learning on the fly. And so
I do a little bit of that, like for a profession, and I'm pretty good at it, and sometimes it's still not easy.
It's tough, but you know, I was determined to do it, and so it may took a little longer than it needed to be.
Did you use YouTube tutorials at all?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, yeah.
For sure.
That's where it's at. That's how you learn.
Exactly. YouTube. I'm a YouTube guy. So I figured out how to do it, put the video together, sent it to Cal Football. Shout out Cal McCray, because he helped me send it out and tell people about what I had going on. And they posted the video, and it got a lot of attention. And then also, you know, just the fans and alumni and people who support Cal, they got behind it and started donating. To donate, you go to our the link in my bio, or interceptpovertyfoundation.org is donation. It shows you how to donate there. And so, like now, it's started up this semester again. So, I mean, the more money we raise, the more emergency grants and more students we help.
Where do you want to go with it? What's next? What are your I guess big picture ambitions?
Yeah. So that's I appreciate you asking that. So right now we're starting at Cal, but you know, there's a lot of opportunity with NIL happening, and a lot of athletes wanting to grow their brand and help their community. That's what I think was so important. And as we saw with that video I made, there's a lot of people, student athletes who could relate to this type of mission. So we want to branch out to other Pac-12 schools, get players to have an intercept poverty program at their institution, and then maybe just continue to grow from there. But I think it's only right we start here at Berkeley.
When about 2 years ago, right, when it started?
Yeah.
What was?
So that's when I started the process of becoming a nonprofit,
Sure.
And then now the emergency grant process is now coming into effect.
So when you got this thing started, the ball started rolling, you realized you had something that was going on here. What was some of the reactions from these guys?
Well, first off, they appreciate what I'm doing. They think it's really cool. they had questions, how are you able to do this? But it's twofold. One, I try to get into classes that allow me to work on these types of projects. Yeah. And two, like, I tell them, like, you prioritize what you want to do. I mean, I'm not cheating the game at all, because I mean, football allows me to have this type of platform so I can speak out about these types of things and be able to help more. So I'm definitely giving all I have to the game. But, like, right now I'm going to go watch film and stuff and put it in an hour a day or however much, 2 hours a week, like 3 hours a week. You just find time for what you want to do. Right. And I'm a strong believer in that. And my dad, he's kind of been on me about that since I've been young. So you can find time for what's important.
What does it feel like knowing that you have helped somebody out there?
Well, actually, I feel like I'm just paying it forward. I mean, since I've grown up, especially in Long Beach where I come from, like, I've had so many people help me out. I mean, in high school, living with different families, having 12 siblings or 11 siblings, including me, like, I've had a lot of support and help. And even in college, I've had a lot of help. So I just understand how supporting somebody in just like a smallest way could just have such a big impact on them. And so I feel like I'm just paying it forward. That's really it. And then, maybe they, whoever I help, they continue to pay it forward like that. And so I just feel like it's very easy to me. Because, my dad, growing up, he was a coach on our football team, and like I used to be like, Dad, I want some really nice shoes, like I want some Jordans or something. He'd be like, I could get you some Jordans, but I also could go to this cheap store and help and buy 3 of your teammates some shoes and use some shoes for the same price. And so that's what we used to do. And I used to have teammates sleeping at my house because, they didn't have parents who could take them to the games or had, different situations that pop up. So my mom was always doing community service, volunteering at the school. Like, it's just what I'm used to. That's just my family and where I come from. So
they have to be proud of you.
Yeah, they are. And that's kind of like what they raised me to think, and it's really just natural to me.
That's great. Elijah Hicks, thank you so much for your time. Very impressive what you're doing, and keep up the great work.
I appreciate you, and you definitely got a podcast voice. It's like so cool. So, yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Thank you. To watch Elijah in a game, it's clear he's a special athlete. And to read about his work founding Intercept Poverty and to hear him talk about the mission and how his own personal experiences guide him makes it crystal clear he's a special person. Many of the traits his head coach Justin Wilcox talked about at the beginning of the podcast, his teammates see as well.
I know everything he's been through. He doesn't want other people to have to go through that.
That's Josh Drayden, number 20. He's one of Elijah's running buddies among the defensive backs, one of Cal's starting corners.
In essence, he's trying to make everybody's lives better than his, and that's as simple as it can get, from the Intercept Poverty and just all the different projects he's doing, and just his acumen to help. Like, it's crazy. I've never seen anybody that's so dedicated, to making sure nobody, follows in the footsteps that they had to go through. So that's what I will sum it up as, and, that's what makes him a great person, incredible leader, because he's always thinking about how he can help the next person.
There's a link to Intercept Poverty in this episode's description. My thanks to Josh Drayden, to head coach Justin Wilcox, and of course to Elijah Hicks. And a thank you to Kyle McCrae with Cal Football's Sports Information Department. And thank you for listening. If you haven't already, please subscribe to Bay Current on the Odyssey app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you listen. I'm Matt Pitman. We'll chat again tomorrow.